Hello, everybody. So we have our Batista Bomb boss battle Randy Orton weekend, and the botched image on your screen is pretty much how I felt about the entire event as a whole. It was just a botched event, man, and not in a good way. It's not in the players' mindset, and we're going to go over that here in just a second. This was one of the weekends where you needed to actually pull the character or spend a lot of money. And what do I mean by a lot of money? Over a mega. A mega costs a lot, right? But we're talking over a mega to do well. Pulling the character also, you needed to pull the character, or you needed to do well in this bag, which is an RNG bag. You could see that I did not. I did the absolute bare minimum. That's what the game gave me as far as RNG. And then they introduced this new bag, which had some good things in it, but I think most people got the blue and the purple X-Break gems. So rather unfortunate, as those are currently not of much value to the game at all. So there is that. It doesn't get much worse than this, because this basically means the entire weekend's a waste, getting 20,000. There we go. Back to our botched events. All right. Why is it a botched event? We play the game in hopes to get and earn a reward. That's right. Games are supposed to be rewarding. That's what makes them fun. That's what makes them, brings us to even consider things like spending and things like that. So a prize wall is important. We're going to go over two parts of this prize wall. First, we're going to go over the cost. And before we get into any major detail, I can tell you a free-to-play range is going to be around roughly 40,000 prize wall medallions. Okay? 40,000. Past that, if you do one mega, not, buying the $14 pack and your faction coming in top 10, top 20, one mega will net yield you somewhere around another 10,000. So now we're at 50. That doesn't get us anything good. That doesn't get us more than what we get from free to play. To buy a mega and to walk away with the exact same thing as if we played the event for free is a terrible prize wall, cost-wise. So we're going to label that first, okay? That's what makes this a complete botch event, and it really wasn't even worth logging into the game, besides just to participate with our faction and, knock it out just in case they ended up getting better RNG, or Randy himself. And Randy is fine. He's the only good thing out of this event. Randy is fine. He's very strong. He's going to be probably, I think, the best modern male trickster. JBL still has it for the Hall of Fame, but modern male trickster, I think he's going to be the best. I've got to look at it. It doesn't really matter, right? Because I don't have him. So he could be the best all he wants. If you don't have him, he ain't doing much for you. Okay. That being said, let's look at what we're getting for free to play. If there's not great things on the wall, then we should have good shard amounts. You have good Haku shards. Nobody from the November MLC. November? Yeah, because this is still the December MLC. No Blackman shards. I forget who else was that month. But nobody from there. This is all older. This does not make sense. The one-time offers do not make sense. Why are we putting Cena behind such a locked space now? Because of Titan? Because he was easily available before. And now you're locking him away? Like, Seriously, so you're going to hurt the. Uh, if you don't have Cena, you're a free to play person. More than likely. And either that or you just haven't chased him, right? Chase his shards. Um, they made sure, for whatever reason, that he was going to be hard to get. Penta. Penta's very good. One time offer. Dirty Dom. That's really low shards for Dirty Dom. One time offer. Pig Boy. It's a fuse. Who gives a shit? He was free. I think everybody got him for free again just over the 12 days of Christmas. So who gives a shit, right? Haku shards are fine. But if you have Haku, like I do, then you're stuck getting Alliance shards. If you have Alliance, like I do, then you're stuck getting absolutely nothing. There's nothing else of value here. This plate currently there's just not a great home for it. I saw Zora's video. I have never seen Jacqueline hit 200 million. Sorry, it never happened. So I think that Jacqueline that he was playing is possibly his, then has hype and has tier 6 medals, because that's about the only way that she's hitting 200 million with that setup. The rest of these plates are absolutely horrible. You're not using them on anybody currently. You know, really, nobody currently is using any of these other plates. Even when you get to here, Green Transfusion is fine for the new Roxanne. If you don't have a Green Rumble, the Green Rumble is going to be the premium build. The Transfusion is going to be the secondary build, but you still need the 8th anniversary, which, oh, by the way, they put at 75,000. So this anniversary is not worth jack squat at 21K. This one is worth 75K, really? So let's say you did well. Jade Cargo Plate and the Bubba Specs, and this middle row is okay. You're not walking away with anything great. It's just okay. Was it worth playing the weekend for? Fuck no. These two plates here are overpriced. The Gruesome Guys, that is worth less than the Bubba Specs and the Willa Cargill. Maybe we'll call it the same amount. We'll call that a fair same amount. It's move damage though. It's not meta relevant. It's okay on Kamala himself. It's okay on Mark Henry. If you're using them. Purple Reinforcement's not really good on anybody. Currently, it's a 200%er plate. Those just don't carry much value. So you're moving up to here. You're grabbing what you don't have, honestly. They're all fine. They're all good plates. You know, the Bloodsucker plate, the Mic Drop, the Punk's Gauntlets, the Frankie plate. They're all good plates. You're grabbing what you don't have. And if you have one of all of them, then you're grabbing a second of what you don't have. Simple enough. Metals are throwaway. Bombshell plate is fine. Nobody's getting the sexual chocolate. That's just stupid. That is just stupid. That Mark Henry plate should have been 40K on this wall. Yeah. Instead, they decided to throw a middle finger to the community and throw it up there where it's not achievable. It's not a good plate, but it's the only plate that makes Mark interesting. Okay? Bombshell plate's fine. It's extremely niche. It's going to be good on the 3 people that it's made for. This MLC, we probably won't see it again as far as quality-wise for a while, more than likely. Then when you get down to here, the straps, it's all Randy straps. The ultimate random one don't even have 150s in them, so there's no point in getting that. And then it's got everything from, let's see... None is an option. 50% health boost is an option. Just completely RNG trash. So nothing good there. There's a lot of econ. Let's see how we're doing on econ. We've got 12 billion in coin. Say we want to do some evolution. We've got 231,000 in red, 217,000 in purple. Not hurting for econ. This was an absolute waste of an event. So, whoever at Scopely designed this prize wall with the currency ratings, please look at it for next month and give us something that's actually worth playing for. This is ridiculous, and it really is. There's nothing of value here. And the things that are okay, there's no excitement because there's no, if I spend this much, I'm guaranteed to get it. It's you are spending a boatload, and I don't think anybody's that interested in spending for this prize wall. I think they're going to spend for Punk, maybe. But then you have people like myself that look at this and say, all right, am I going to throw, do that 14 for 10, something like that? Don't mind dropping $14 for a 10 pull, but am I going to even consider something like that? No, not because I can't get anything that's guaranteed. I'm not guaranteed anything besides low level shards, and that's it. So I'm going to put this in the Discord as much as I can. Carlbot has already come after me, right there, and I went back at him. For my first comment. So I have to find a way that Carlbot will allow me to display my displeasure in this event. But we should not have botched events like this. You don't see it in other games. Every game has rewards you for getting so far through a certain portion of the game, achieving a certain level of the game, or spending a certain amount. You get a solid, here's your reward right in front of you. Here's how you obtain it. This is just terrible. So, Carbot, fuck off.